Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to bringing the Vision video. What I've guessed today is my 1 million damage assault rifle PvE build. Now first of all, I do want to say, yes, this is a classified build, but I will have some options for you guys to make this build. If you don't have classified items, if you are new to the game, or if you're coming back, you don't have this classified set, it is okay, you could still make this build, it's really easy. Also, I will have another version for you that you can make this with a ninja bike backpack, because you can make this both ways, just regular gear, and also if you have a ninja bike backpack, you can accomplish this build as well. Also, in my opinion, this is a very good build to use during the Ambush Global event. If you guys didn't know, it is coming out January 23rd, and it's going to consist of a lot of playing behind cover and kind of far back, and with this build, you can accomplish both of those and kind of do the most damage you can possibly do, and not take damage from the modifiers that the global event will have. Anyways, enough with the chit-chatting. What I want to show you guys first are my abilities. I do understand a lot of people are always curious about this. So really simple, I'm using a overdose and immune station with a recovery link. I am using this for PvE, so I do want as much survivability as I possibly can. As you guys know, the NPCs pretty much melt you. Really doesn't matter how much health you have and how much toughness, whatever. The NPCs just do a lot of damage in general, so that's why I'm using a immune station with a overdose, and for the talents, I'm also using critical save, strike back, precision, and on the move. In my mind, these talents work the best with this build because of the precision and also on the move. It's going to give you a bit more damage and also survivability with the on the move, so that's why I would recommend using all these talents. Anyways, as for the build, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, it is a 6-piece classified sentry build with the MDR. In my opinion, these two go together really well. You do a lot of damage, it's really easy to stack your shots, and you don't have to use like a pistol or a sniper rifle in order to stack your sentry. You could just use your primary all the time. Now, like I promised, there's two different options you can make of this build. Even if you don't have classified sentry at all, you're not going to be doing as much damage. You're not going to be doing 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 million damage per bullet, but you're still going to be doing a lot of damage. So the first one is this. As I showed you guys, this is a non-classified type of version. Now, yes, I do understand my items in this picture are classified, but the reason behind that is because I got rid of all my items that I didn't have classified in my stash. So that's pretty much the reasoning. Once I got the full set of sentry, I just got rid of my non-classified items. But like I said, you can make this if you just have normal gear. You don't need, classified, you don't need anything. You could still manage to make this build with regular sets. The next one is this one. Now this is more of a kind of advanced version. If you are playing the game on like a daily basis and stuff like that, you have the ninja bike backpack. You can also make this build, but once again, it does not require you to have classified items. You can make this with a ninja bike backpack and just regular gear set sentry sets that you could just kind of play around with and make this build for your character. Alright, so getting back to the main actual build and what I have rolled on my gear and stuff like that. So really quickly, I want to go over my MDR. It's really simple. I'm just using brutal and destructive. I used this before. I had this MDR for pretty much ever. In my opinion, just brutal and destructive works really well for the underground, for resistance, for the new global events, anything like that. Just PvE orientated. This MDR melts, and I'm also stacked mainly into headshot damage on all my weapon mods. And then for the secondary, I'm using a sniper rifle with prepared, brutal, and deadly. And this once again is just for kind of doing a bit more damage far away. If the boss is kind of one shot, or if he's half health, whatever, and he's stacked, I can just whip this out and just pretty much one shot him every single time. Moving on to the main part of the video, and that is the gear and what I have rolled on it. So really quickly, I am using 4% damage to elite mods on all my gear pieces. Unfortunately, they're not being sold anymore. The ones I'm actually using are damage to elite mods and stamina rolls. There are ones being sold with damage to elite and electronics, but unfortunately electronics are not really the best thing to invest in at the moment. So if you don't have stamina damage to elite mods, you can probably use something like stamina and health mods, or firearms and critical hit chance mods, anything like that. Whatever you wish, it's really up to you. But like I said, I'm using damage to elite mods just so I can melt the enemies a little bit quicker. As for the chest piece, I do have stamina, health, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity. Really simple, pretty much the best thing you want to roll for your chest piece for PvE. For the mask, I'm using firearms, enemy armor damage, and damage to elites. For the knee pads, I'm using firearms, health, bleed resistance, damage to elites, and blind/death resistance. I said this before and I'll say it again, if you guys are making a PvE build, it really doesn't matter what it is. But if it is a PvE build, you want to make sure you have damage delete on your knee pads and your mask. It's really helpful. It's pretty easy to roll and find items with that. And it's just going to help you out a lot with damage in PvE no matter what you're playing. It's a really crucial thing to have. For my backpack, I'm running with firearms, health, ammo capacity, and then I'm obviously using the purple mod with first aid self heals. For the gloves, I do have enemy armor damage, critical hit damage, assault rifle damage, and also firearms. This really is up to you. I would also recommend going maybe a little bit more into stamina because you are kind of squishy with this build. If you're playing by yourself, definitely go into more stamina, but if you're playing with a group, this much stamina and this much firearms is okay. But it's really up to you. If you find gloves with like stamina, enemy armor damage, critical hit damage, and assault rifle damage, you can use them as well. The thing with this build is it doesn't really matter too much about the firearms. Since you're going to be stacking a lot of the stacks on the NPCs, you're still going to be doing a ton of damage. And as I said, if you feel that you're too squishy, whatever the case is, going into more stamina could help you out. Last but not least, for the holster, I do have health, and I'm also using a first aid self heal on this item. The one thing is, you guys don't really have to use health. As I said before, I find myself kind of squishy with this build when I am by myself, so that's why I do have a little bit of extra health. It's not too, significant, it's not going to help you out that much, but at least it's something, and, it's really up to you once again what you roll on your holster. The last thing I do want to show you guys are my character stats. I do understand everyone's always curious about this once again. So for the weapon damage, I'm sitting at 56k, 9% critical hit chance, 70% critical hit damage, 169% headshot damage. With the accuracy, I'm sitting at 45%, and this is actually really good on the MDR. As you guys know, whenever you shoot it fast, the accuracy bloom kind of goes all over the place. But with this much accuracy, it kind of stays center and it kind of stays really small, so it's really easy to hit headshots, especially on consoles. So that's another benefit of using Sentry and the MDR. The next thing is for my max health, I'm sitting at 313k, and then I also have 0% skill haze. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. As you guys seen in the beginning, this is a million plus damage build. It's really easy once you stack your stacks, with your pistol, your MDR, whatever you're using. It's really easy to melt any boss, any NPC you see in your way. I will leave you guys with a little bit more gameplay at the end, so you guys can kind of experience and see how the build works. In the underground, it's really crazy, and the damage output on this is insane, as I said. But anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Trap house.